All right, team, here we go. Malik Willis, draft breakdown, part 2. We are breaking down the ULM game. And the question is he still a first-round quarterback after this game? Because his tape isn't great. With that being said, I also think there's some really good stuff on this tape. So it's kind of like, you know? Anyways, please like, subscribe, comment, all that great stuff. All the comments really help with the algorithm. So if you want to comment FTG for the algorithm, no, FTA? Yeah, whatever. FTA for the algorithm, I would appreciate it. Anyways, as always, I'm going to start to put the Twitter clips behind my close. So if you're not on Twitter and you want to stick around for more, we got 4 more clips for you today. Yeah. So guys, I hope you enjoy it. Like, subscribe, comment, or as I always say, you can wait to the end. Boom. Let's jump into the film. We've got good, bad, bad, good. Good, bad, bad, good. Yeah, that's what we've got. The first one is, honestly, I really like it because I always like, guys, when we see a guy make an NFL throw, right? Routes that are going to show up on NFL tape. This is a Harvey route. You're going to work up 15 yards, and then you're going to come right back down your stem. That is a Harvey route every time, okay? Every NFL team runs it. We've just got lock man-to-man backside. They're working some sort of man-zone combo, I believe. ULM's got some exotic stuff on defense, by the way. But they also, it's not sound all the time. But anyways. You can see he works backside and just rips a dime. What I like most, guys, if you watch him, watch his eyes, right? You can see his eyes starting... You can see his eyes starting to this side, right? You can see him working the field concept. Doesn't like it. Gets backside. Boom. Rips this Harvey route right down the stem. Something I really like there, man. I like it a lot. What I don't like is all this check with me junk that college teams do. Look over the sideline. Like, let's train our quarterbacks up to make the decision on the field. Okay, but this just a big-time throw. So you love that, man. You love to see the Harvey route on film. Ripping a dime. We follow it up with ripping a sail route on film off of the Flutie concept. So Flutie, if you guys watch this channel for the NFL breakdowns, you see Flutie all the time, which is a post outside, sail inside, okay? Watch this, just a great progression, works the post down to the sail and rips a dime on the sail route. So much pre-snap. Okay, so look. You can see outside they've got the clear post. Boom, sail route underneath. Just rips a dime. Great job. So again, right, we're going back-to-back throws that you're going to have in your offense in the NFL. And you're seeing him make on his college tape, which is exciting stuff, right? That's the stuff you want to see. So that's really good. So when we talk about answering the question, is he still a first-round quarterback after this film? I mean, those are 2 really great things. Now we got to get to some bad. And guys, I'm going to start to fast forward because there's so much pre-snap, which I love normally because you can see some of the processing. The issue with Liberty is it's all pre-snap check with me, junky junk. So we're going here, okay? It's a little variation of 4 verts. We're going 1, 2, 3. What I want you guys to see is I want you guys to see this is the key guy on this coverage. If he starts to take the seam route, you're going to have a wide open go route outside, okay? So that's what I want you guys to see. So I want you guys to watch him. You see how he starts to run with this little bender seam, okay? He starts to run with it. This is on 3rd and 20. And watch how wide open this guy's going to get. And listen, guys, he has nothing but time because they're only rushing 2. He's kind of manufacturing this pressure. What I mean by that is it's like he's getting uncomfortable and then wants to run. But guys, look at this freaking go route, man. Rip it. Look at him. His vision's going through here. One, you could make the argument that this guy's open, right? I'm not going to, like, sit there and say, man, throwing a bracket coverage. But you could make the argument that he should be ripping this. Well, let's say his eyes aren't here and his eyes are here. We should be throwing the go ball, too. Instead, we get in a scramble drill. We miss that one again. We come back. We miss this guy saying, hey, throw it to the corner. We try to run it. Now it's 4th and 19. Or 4th and 9. Sorry. So we got 10 yards on a run, but it doesn't really matter. Again, guys, all the pre-snap check with me. But, guys, look at all this time. There's no reason to start to scramble right now, right? 55, what are you looking at, man? Turn and double here. Oh, and then we get in a scramble drill. And again, man, this is great. This is special, running around. But, like, this guy, just throw him out here. Okay? 5 also should not be yelling for a jump ball. That's ridiculous. Run your ass to the pylon. But, okay? We got another bad. Guys, we just got middle of the field open, right? We got split safety. We have a post runner. Okay? This is the end of the game. I want to get back to where you can see the scoreboard. We got it. It's 28-28, fourth quarter, 5 minutes left. This is cutting time, right? This is, hey, man, it's time to win this thing. Rip this post, baby. Come on. Rip that freaking John right here. That is tough, man. This is one of those that it's like, we cannot miss. Game on the line. Win it. Win the game. Win the game. No, we throw it outside. Hits off his kneecap. Incomplete. So in terms of bad, yeah, man. Really bad. Really bad. Like, you're looking at it. Stresses me out. Okay, again, we got 4 verts here. Now we've got the cricket 9 post, we got the seam, and we got the comeback Harvey outside. Key here when you're running this concept downfield is, okay, so you work off the cricket 9, that's not there. You've got to identify if this guy is running midpoint, which he is, you've got to throw this drop out. So he's running midpoint, right? You can see him start to turn and run. He's running long before this ball's released. If you see a midpoint corner, you do not throw the seam. You throw this dropout who's sitting wide open, okay? I want to play it all the way back so you guys can see. It's now 28-31, right? So we got a chance to go complete our team back, tie this thing, send it to overtime, or win this thing. We force the seam against a midpoint corner, and we overshoot it, and it ends up as a game-sealing interception. Sealing the loss. Okay, I like the aggressiveness, but, man, there's a time and place, right? Hey, we've got the dropout, we got the comeback, whatever you want to call it. Midpoint corner ran off. We can rip that thing, get 20 yards, keep moving down the field. Instead, we try to drive the seam, and we sail it, and it ends it up as an INT. But we got good to finish it. This one just special, man. They're going to try to run like a little bit of a pick play here. These guys get jumbled up. We're in sprint. Malik takes it himself and scores. Okay? This is really good stuff. Watching the red zone. Guys get jumbled up. They jump it. Okay, I'll just keep it myself and go ahead and score. So the nice thing, man, if you get this kid and he's going to play early, you can put him in some of these situations down the red zone and kind of manufacture some offense, right? To where it's like, okay, you can trust him to just make a guy look silly in space. Touchdown. And this last one, this is just insane. Last clip we've got for you. This is just going to be QB run from 50 yards out, and yeah. First he runs through 2 guys, and then he just outruns everybody else, tiptoes the sideline, touchdown. This is great. They're looking over it. They're doing check with me too. Hey, what do you think we should be in? Oh, never mind, ball got snapped. But look at this, right? Like, 2 guys hit him at the same time. He trucks through that, stiff arm, and then runs away from everybody else. Okay, tiptoe, touchdown. So, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say there. That's just big time. So, guys, all in all, what you saw in those last 2 clips is really what could make him great in the NFL, right? Is the ability to go make a play. What you saw in those middle 3, though, are some troublesome things, right? Some, hey, missing the fact that we had that midpoint corner. There's all the stuff that's kind of compounding. Is he still a first-round quarterback? Well, that depends, right? You're going to overvalue that position always. You're going to always overvalue that position. If you're quarterback needy, do you just draft him because we always overvalue that position, so we draft him higher? Or is it one of those things where you're like, hey, man, I don't see him as a starter right away, so I'm going to take him in the 2nd round. Well, is he even going to be there? Probably not, because we overvalue all that stuff. Off of the 2 games that I watched, would I take him in the 1st round? The answer is no. With that being said, if I was a quarterback needy team and I was the QB coach, do I feel like there's enough on tape to where I feel like I could get a lot out of him? I do. I think there's a ton of talent on tape that I think coached up and done correctly man, he can really turn into something. Now, what is that something? Is it an above average starter? Is it a starter? That's all debatable, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I do not see him as a first-round quarterback. That's just my take, okay? But, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Let me know what you think in the comments. And, again, stick around for 4 more clips if you're not following me on Twitter. As always, until next time, peace. All right, team. Just about every NFL team runs some variation of stick, okay? What we're going to see is Liberty running stick. Unfortunately, what we're going to see is not great execution. Let's jump into the film. So, what we've got here is we've got the stick concept. Let me just go ahead and fast forward. Okay, boom. We've got cloud, okay? You're getting cloud variation. You're really getting cover 6, which is quarter, and then half, but we're going to talk about the half side. You got press to flat, plus you got the cover 2 safety, okay? They're running a variation of stick. They've got a go route outside, and then they've got a stick here. Stick, you have all these options, okay? Against man-to-man, you're going to break out. Against cloud, you're going to tight turn outside. Against void, you're going to tight turn inside. This is cloud, so you're going to get a tight turn outside, okay? 2 things go wrong here. First, Malik leads his guy outside, okay? So instead of throwing, boom, right at this shoulder, okay, to where he can protect the throw, he ends up leading him out here, which just goes ahead and hits that corner right in the face, right? But the other thing that we've got to be aware of when we're watching this film is this receiver really needs to take an MOSR, which is a mandatory outside release. He really shouldn't be dipping inside. So that's part of what gets this corner's eyes, okay, inside so fast, is that this is a bad release by this receiver. So what we have here is we have a bad release compounded with a bad throw leads to a pick 6, right? You can go ahead and watch it from the tight. Okay, plus I don't like his eyes here. There's no reason to be starting with your eyes over there. You should just read this thing out, play side. There's no reason to look off here. And then part of that is then you can't process what the heck's going on there. And we end up throwing an interception for a pick 6. So, anyways, okay, stick, super common concept in the NFL. Liberty's got a little bit of compounding errors, which is a bad release by the receiver, but then ultimately a bad location and decision from Malik Willis. All right, team, let me ask you a quick question. Are you an offensive coordinator that likes to design red zone plays where all of your receivers run into each other? If so, no worries. Draft Malik Willis, and he will make it all good and just end up throwing a touchdown and jump into the film. So, what you're going to see here is you're going to see these 3 guys find a way to just absolutely convolute this area and run into each other. So, some sort of communication error. We'll move past that, okay? But watch. So, we got 3 guys that are just, you guys are sitting on top of each other. This guy can't get off press for the corner. So, let's go ahead and not worry because Malik Willis is just going to create time, and then, yeah, go ahead and flip a strike for a touchdown down in the red zone on scramble drill. So, if your red zone offense is in trouble, don't worry. Just do the old double spot, can't get off press on the corner, and then Malik Willis will buy time, and then rip a strike for a touchdown. So, hey, listen, this is part of what's going to make this kid great, right? If he ends up being great in the NFL, part of what's going to make him great is his ability to extend the play, get himself out of trouble, not only himself, but his teammates, right? Help make them better. So to me, it's like, man, you've seen a little bit of the bad in terms of, hey, some things we've pointed out, but you're also seeing some of that high-end great potential, which is, hey, guess what? Everything's broken down. I'm going to create a play, and then I'm going to go ahead and rip a touchdown. All right, team, we've got a great little clip here of Malik Willis working a full field progression, hitting his 3rd receiver, and a little bit of arm ability with the hold-up shot. Let's jump into the film. So, what I want you guys to see is this concept they're working here. It's just 4 verts, right? They got the backside Harvey route. That's your 1. They've got this middle of field crosser. We would call it a cricket 9, but now they're sometimes calling it a through or whatever the heck. So anyways, that's our 2nd. This would be our 3rd, and this would be all the way to our 4th. I want you guys to see he's going to start his eyes and work 1, 2, and he's going to rip what we call a hold-up shot, which is where you hold your receiver up before he gets to the DB, okay? So they're in just cover 3. It's just flat out cover 3, deep third, and then you got 4 underneath, okay? Guys, what I want you to see, watch his eyes. Boom, okay? Top of his drop, he's working the Harvey. He doesn't like it. Gets off the Harvey, Boom, checks the cricket 9. He doesn't like it, and then watch him navigate the pocket and rip a hold-up shot. I'm going to rewind that so you guys can see it just all the way through. Boom, doesn't like the Harvey, doesn't like the cricket 9. Boom, rips a hold-up shot on the seam. Great ball. Good catch by the receiver. We'll get to the tight where you can really see his eyes work. Okay, boom, Harvey not there. Cricket 9 not there. Navigate the pocket, rips a hold-up shot on the seam route. You got to love that. So to me, man, that's one of those clips that you really like to see the kid process 1, 2 to 3, and the arm ability to match to where you did a full field progression on 4 verts, and then I'm just going to go ahead and hold up that seam ball before he gets hit. All right, team. What we've got here is a little compounding air from Malik Willis. First, we can't miss the wide open ship route, but then what we definitely can't do is compound it with the scramble drill air. Let's jump into the film. So, what we're going to see here is we're going to see that Liberty, for as much grief as I give them, have a pretty good little concept dialed up here. To me, this looks a lot like F-ship Okie twist that we ran in St. Louis, which means, hey, you're going to read this thing 1 to 2, back down to 3. What I want you guys to see is the first miss, right? So boom, you see his eyes here, that's great, but now we got to work to the ship route, and we have to rip this ship route. There's no reason to get off the ship, okay? But let's say that we do. Let's say, hey man, I saw a little bit of color flash in front of me, right? A little bit of jersey color flash in front of me, and I want to get out of the pocket. That's fine. But what we definitely can't do is compound it with this sort of mistake in the red zone, especially, I mean, there's no reason to compound it, but 1st and 10 especially, like, man, just throw this thing away and live to play another day. But you can see his eyes just struggle here, man. He's got to be able to get off this shallow or through, whatever they're calling it. He's got to get off this route and then move on to that ship and rip it. Instead, and then this just, we can't, that's what we just can't have. You've got to care about the football. So, a little bit of a compounding error there from Malik Willis, and yeah, can't have that, especially down tight in the red zone.